Hello guys, welcome to another PG3D YouTube video. Now in today's video, I'm actually going to be doing a tutorial on 3-category spam or 3-cat spam. So I hope you guys do enjoy the video. If you do, don't forget to leave a like, and if you're new to my channel, subscribe. Let's get on with the video. Okay, so first, let's just go into good old teamfight private. We'll put in a random name and password, and then we'll go over to classic pool. So first, the basics. What is 3-category spam? So 3-category spam is when you switch from weapons quickly, shooting them each very quickly, and you keep on switching until you kill the opponent. So you go like this, you go bam, bam, bam. That's just the basic. And then bam, 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 bam. Okay, so that is just the basics of 3-category spam. You just want to switch from your backup to your special to your sniper. And then, once you start getting that down, then you're going to start doing things like this. So that is basically how cat spam looks like once you've gotten really good at it. Now, I'm not saying that I'm really good at it. That's just, I know the basics and everything. But then, let's get into the more basics of the 3-category spam. So, first, we're going to start with the weapons you want. So, usually, some of the best 3-category spam loadouts are the ones that have a shotgun as the primary. And then the rest are kind of have specifics are good. So usually primary you want the Viking or the Ultimatum. I only have the Viking. But the Undertaker, the Assault Shotgun, the Photon Shotgun, the Devastator. Basically any shotgun can be used as the primary. It doesn't really matter the damage. It just matters how many shots you can get off with your weapons. Because the purpose of 3-category spam is not to one-shot everybody with just one weapon. You want to get weapons that do like a 2-shot, and then you switch from your 2-shot weapons to a different 2-shot weapon, and it'll kill them. So we'll then have for the backup, you would want the Exterminator or the Thunder up here. Then you can also get the Ritual Revolvers, which is from the Halloween event, or the Dual Angers, which is from the Super Mutant event. Then we can also have the Red Twins as a substitute, the Laser Revolver, Nuclear Revolver. You can use the sawed-off shotguns if you're willing to. Dual Revolvers also works. I mean, as long as your 3-category weapons are one-shots that have single shots that deal lots of damage, that's what you want. You don't want weapons that'll deal lots of damage over time with speed. You want slower weapons that have slower firing rate but deal more damage per shot. Then for the melee, you just want anything that has at least 85 mobility. So we have the scythe, we have the chainsaw, we have the katana, storm hammer, we have the super drill, the spirit staff, the combat yo-yo. Here, let's go into another match. So it can just, as long as it's at least 75, because I know there's a melee that actually has a mobility of 100. So 75 is a good number. But then there's also some weapons that you might want that are actually not. They're like 50 mobility. So say the healing staff has 65, but if you have good armor on, which I'm going to get to in a second, you can become really fast with it. Then we have the jet tenderizer, which is also a great weapon, but I think they nerfed all charging weapons because the charging time is now way longer. And then the sword and the shield is also a great weapon, and Fist of Fate is an okay weapon. I guess you can use that too. I mean, we have the Dark Force Saber, great. Dark Force Saber used to be the most popular 3-category spam melee. You can use Good and Evil. Sword of Shadows is awesome because it gives you invisibility. Elder Force Saber. I mean, there's lots of different options. Just you want the highest mobility you can get. For your special, the 4 main specials you want for 3-category spam is Necklace of the Ice King, Poison Dart, Reflector, or the Laser Bouncer. So I'm just missing the Reflector. I have the other 3. And then for your sniper, you can see here I have a lot of snipers upgraded, and that's because most of these are great for cat spam. So for your sniper, you're going to want a weapon. It doesn't really matter if it has delay or not, which I'll talk about in a second. But you just want a sniper that is a 2-shot kill. You don't want a semi-auto sniper like the semi-auto sniper. But you can just use basically anything you want. You just don't really want travel time on any of your weapons except for your heavy. And let's get into the heavy. Now here we have quite a few options just like the rest. You can use the Proton Freezer, the Primal Beast, the Abort Puncher, the Solar Power Cannon, the Rocket Jumper, the Circus Cannon, the Cherry Bomb, Ghost Launcher, Big Fatality Gun, Cursed Staff, Dark Mage Wand, Wizard Wand. Basically, almost all of the weapons I have upgraded right here, you can use for 3-category spam. Just some of them you'll want to team up with a different weapon. So now we'll go into the wear. So you're going to want to have wooden clan armor, which you can get from the clans. All you need is to be in a clan that is at least in the wooden league, and then you were allowed to buy it. And I'm not sure how much it costs at lower levels, but at higher levels I'm pretty sure it was 550. The hat you want as the Burning Tiara, and that's because it'll give you a big boost to all your items and your speed. And if you can't use the Burning Tiara because you're not at Adamant League yet, use the King's Crown. You're going to want the Demolition Mask because it will make you jump higher, and I'll talk about why you want that later. And finally, well, not finally, but then you're going to want the normal cape, the cape you get when you start, because it will increase your weapon damage, movement speed, and jump height. And then for your boots, you're going to want double jump boots, the Berserker boots, and that's because it will also increase your speed with melee. So let's just go back into the game. Okay, so the reason you want that wear, what we're wearing here, is what I'm wearing here will increase basically everything. And the big thing about 3-category spam is you want to be above your opponents. You want to be hard to hit, but have them easy to hit. So you might have seen some people do this. You saw me earlier in the video or in my other videos. You can shoot the ground with almost every type of heavy weapon and it'll boost you up in the air. And with some weapons, it won't make you take damage. With some weapons, it will, like the offensive fireworks. See how my shield bar just went down and I caught on fire? So, you're going to want a weapon that can rocket jump. And if you want for the heavy weapon, you don't have to have a rocket jumping weapon. You can just use the nuclear revolver in the backup section and say the dark mage wand. So, actually not the dark mage wand, the wizard wand. So, as you see here, wizard wand does not rocket jump and does not deal damage to yourself. But what we can do here is we can go nuclear revolver, soul stone, overseer, and mage, and wizard wand, sorry. So you can go bam, 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 bam. So you just want at least a weapon that can give you rocket jump, so that it will give you a big boost, basically. And then for your gadgets, you want the invisibility watch or the reflector. I personally recommend the invisibility watch because, again, you're trying to be hard to hit, and it's really hard to hit people that are invisible. And then you want the sticky candy. Now, another thing about 3-category spam is when you're switching from your weapons very quickly, shooting them each, you don't exactly have that much time to aim with them, because you want to kill the opponent quickly. So that's the reason you want weapons that give the opponent slowness and disable their jumps. So that's one of the reasons why the board punch is so great. It slows the target and it disables their jumps. So next we're going to talk about delays. So I'm going to equip delay weapons here, and I'll tell you guys what delay means. So let's go ahead and pick these weapons out here. Okay, so delay, there are 2 types of delay, input and output. Input basically means that they take delay, output means they give others delay. So delay is when you switch from a weapon to another, when it takes a few seconds to pull it out. So you see here, we'll go laser bouncer to the offensive fireworks, and watch this. You see how I had that pull out time? And then we can also do it with the anti-champion rifle in the fireworks. You see it has that pull out time. And fireworks to the exterminator. See how it has that pull out time? You especially see it here. You see that time, that long time that it takes to switch? You don't want that in 3-category spam weapons. You want, in 3-category spam, you want at least 3 of them that don't have delay. The other 3 you can just have as a delay weapon. So a way to cancel out delays is if you use melee switch. So if your melee weapon does not take delay, like this one, see, we shoot exterminator and go to the scythe, instant. So what you can do is you can shoot the laser bouncer, say, and then switch to your melee, and then switch to a different weapon that takes delay, because it can't take delay if nothing gives it delay. So you can go bam. Okay, I failed that time. And you saw there, no delay, because the laser bouncer gave delay to the scythe, which does not take delay, so it just canceled out the delay. And since the scythe does not give delay, I switched to the anti-champion, and there was no delay. So melee switch is the best way to get through your delay weapons, but that is also why you don't want delay weapons. So I'm just going to equip these weapons, and I'll show you guys why. So let's pick. So normally the most powerful weapons you can get have delay. So I'll show you guys here. These weapons do not have delay since they're way cheaper. So we go That does not have delay. No delay. No delay. So it is just a great weapon. Great weapons to have. But of course they deal way less damage than the higher leveled weapons. So now that you guys know the basics, let's go into the actual 3 category spam. So I'm going to equip my loadout here. And just like I said before, 3 weapons that take delay are great. Any more than that you do not want. And I actually have 3 weapons that have delay in my loadout right now. It's the Viking, Exterminator, and the Overseer. Now, the weapons do not take delay. They do not take input or output delay if you do not shoot a weapon before it. So if you just want to see all your weapons, you'll have no delay. But if you shoot a weapon and switch, then you'll have delay. So right now, the reason I have this loadout on is to show you guys how to 3 category spam. So since my primary, my backup, and my sniper have delay, I'm going to do a melee switch from my primary to my backup. So as soon as I shoot the Viking, I'm going to switch to my melee and then switch to my backup. But it's going to be so fast that you probably won't be able to notice it too much in a game. So let's go here. We go bam. And then I didn't do it correctly because it had delay. So we go bam. You can't melee switch too fast because it might actually... The melee switch might actually not work if you do it too fast. And then after this match ends, I just want to show you guys where you usually want your buttons to be. Or your controls. Okay, so let's go random. Okay, so you want your sensitivity as low as possible. You want it under 30. The reason I say that is the faster the sensitivity, the harder it is to aim. The lower the sensitivity, the easier it is to aim. But sometimes if you have your sensitivity too low, it's too hard to rocket jump. So I usually keep mine at around 10-ish. I've gone to 0 before. 0 is also good. It doesn't really matter, whatever fits you, but you want it under 30. Okay, so here are my controls. You want your jump button, your shooting button, your weapons, your hotbar and your movement stick as big as possible. So you see here max size, max size, max size, max size. Then the rest of the things you can kind of put wherever you want. You can just put them around the place. I like to have my gadgets right next to the shooting button. And I like to have my reload button right over here. Really small. I'll make that a little bigger though. Like that. And you can have your personal preference in this too. Just you want most of your buttons as big as they can be if those are the ones that you use the most. So then let's go into the 3 category spam. So we've got weapon right here, we've got Viking. So you want to go from left to right as quickly as possible. So you can just practice this. You don't even have to shoot. You can just go Viking and then melee switch like that. And then bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam. You see that? And you guys usually want your left thumb to be the thumb that's reaching over to tap the primary and the backup. And then the melee, the special, and the melee, special, sniper, and heavy, you want to reach for with your right thumb. Because it's just easier to switch that way. And yeah, so let's go over here. So let's keep practicing. You want to practice this a few times. You want to go from, if you don't have weapons that have delay, you can just go left to right, and skipping the melee. So you go primary, backup, special, sniper, and then the heavy. So basically the way you want to go is, of course, primary, backup, special, sniper, heavy, and then melee. So usually when you go through your whole loadout, you can kill the opponent. Sometimes if you miss your shots, you won't kill the opponent, and then you want to keep going. So when you're done killing the opponent, you want to switch to melee as quickly as possible and move around so that you can reposition yourself to be ready for attacking the opponent. Because if you're in the high ground, you don't need to use rocket jump. Rocket jump and the double jump boots is only for getting you height or advantage over the opponent. So this is only to gain height, and then the double jump is also only to gain height so that it's harder for them to hit you. So we'll just go into one online match to show you guys how it actually looks. So of course I'm not the best at this, but I will try as hard as I can to show you guys how it's done. Okay, so I'm going to, because most of you that are watching this video are probably going to be starting out with 3 category spam, I'm going to equip my best weapons that do not have delay. So that way it does not, it's not as complicated as weapons that have delay. So I'm just going to equip that, and then what do I have that does not give delay or receive? Photon sniper, and then the proton freezer. So let's go into Ghost Town match. Okay. So searching for an opponent. Okay. Let's see if we can do this well for the video. Okay, this guy also seems to be a 3 category spam, so you guys can watch me or him during this match. So also a great thing about being a 3 category spammer is you know when someone is a 3 category spammer just by looking at one of their weapons. People do not use the Exterminator or the Thunder by themselves. Almost never. And that's an easy way to tell if they're a 3 category spammer. If they are using the Heroic Epi, that is also another easy way to tell if they're a 3 category spammer. And of course, he's a 3 category spammer. He was using the Heroic Epi. Oh wait, I don't have delay, so I don't have to do melee switch. Oh, and he got me with destruction system. Okay, so you'll see here, since I'm in the high ground, I don't really need to rocket jump. Let's get myself in the high ground now again. Okay, making myself hard to hit. Okay, great pets to have in this when being a 3 category spammer are pets that will give you, give the opponent, not allow the opponent to use their gadgets, so gadget blocker pets. And then healing pets can also be useful, or the pets that cancel their jumps. And also, I guess you can have a slowness pet too. I mean, there's lots of pets you can have. Some people prefer not having pets because they think they're useless. But pets can be very useful. Very, very useful. he had the card on, so it didn't count as me killing him. And unfortunately, I lost. So I hope you guys did enjoy the video. That's most of the basics of 3 category spamming. You have to have speed, accuracy, and height. That is what you want for 3 category spam: speed, accuracy, and height. And I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And let's see you guys all next time. Bye.